My name is Matt Boggs. Welcome to the 3 Secrets to Manifesting the Man of Your Dreams. You are in the right place at the right time. I'm glad you're here. We have had literally hundreds and hundreds, actually over 1,000 people register for this webinar from all around the world. And so I'm very glad to be with you here on this particular workshop. Now, sometimes I do these webinars and people say, oh, this is recorded, this isn't live. No, folks. We are live. It is February 16th. It's the day after, 2 days after Valentine's Day, right? Today, February 16th. Let me just double check. Yeah, February 16th. It is Thursday, February 16th. Making sure I get my dates right. And you and I are hanging out live. I don't know where you are in the world, so go ahead and chat your name and chat where you are in the world so I can connect with you. I am in Huntington Beach, California, in Orange County, coming to you live from my home office. You may recognize this set behind me. This is where I shoot all my YouTube videos as well. And I just want to say you are in the right and perfect place, because tonight we are going to be sharing with you some powerful principles that can help you change your love life and really attract the relationship that you want. And if you're already in a relationship, you're tuning in, you're in the right place as well, because we're going to help you understand the hearts and minds of men in a different way, in a deeper way, to help you create stronger connection as well. So let's take a moment and set your intention for this particular workshop. See, our time is our most limited commodity. None of us can create more time. If you want to go out and make more money, you can make more money. If you want to, replace something that you own, you can replace something that you own. But none of us have the power to create more time. We're given a finite amount of that time. And none of us know exactly how much time we've been given. And so you've chosen to invest this time here tonight in yourself, and in the ability you have to give and receive love, and in your capacity to both create and attract an amazing relationship. And so I want to acknowledge you. I want to celebrate you, because it's a highly successful person that decides to invest in themselves for their own growth. And so in that spirit, I would love for you to create an intention for yourself. What are you creating for yourself by means of you being with me right now on this workshop? And I encourage you, have a sheet of paper. You're going to actually want several sheets of paper for this experience, because this will be engaging. This isn't just sit back and listen. I'll have a couple activities that I will ask you to engage in. So I have a piece of paper, something to write with, so that you can take lots of notes and do the activities as well. But right now, go ahead and write your intention down on that sheet of paper, because the clearer we are about what it is that we're intending for our life, the more power we have to make that real. So let's cover what we're going to talk about today on this workshop and webinar. I'm going to share with you the 3 secrets to manifesting the man of your dreams. And at the end, I have a special gift for you. You are going to love this gift. So make sure that you stay until the very end of the workshop, because I want to give you a special link for where you can go and download this gift that I have for you. And my promise to you is this: I am going to give you everything that I can give you in the short amount of time that we have together here on this workshop. And I've been coaching women for over 10 years. And so there's no way I can give you everything that I've learned in the past 10 years when it comes to relationships and dating and attraction and connection. And I know there are going to be those of you at the end of this workshop that will feel like, you know what, I love that and I want more. I want to go deeper with this and really integrate it into my life. And is there a way to work more closely with you, Matt, and how to do that? And so at the end of this presentation, I promise that I will share with you an amazing program that I created that can really take this deeper and support you over a much longer period of time. It's called Manifest Your Man. I'll share that with you at the very end of this workshop together. Now, how do you know if you're in the right place? You are in the right place if you are ready to meet the life partner that you desire and deserve. Then you are absolutely in the right place. If you feel like you're ready, that this is your year, I want you to type into that chat roll and say, this is my year. Yes, I'm ready. Okay. And let me just give a few shout outs to people who are checking in here. I see Lel from Australia. Welcome, Lel. I see Allison from New Jersey. I see Melody. I don't know where you're from, Melody, but you're saying hola, bonjour, hello. Allison, we see, the chat's going so fast. I'm trying to keep up here. The UK is in the house. Here we go. We've got Lynn. Kathleen from Maui is in the house. We've got Michelle from Syracuse, New York. Welcome, Michelle. We've got Dallas, Texas in the house. Louisiana in the house. Right on. So many people. We have Barcelona in the house. We have Ecuador, Ruth, Jaden. Welcome, everyone. I'm really, really glad to have you here. So you're also in the right place. How else do you know if you're in the right place? You're in the right place if your confidence in yourself has been shattered by a breakup or a divorce or some relationship situation that's really eaten away at your confidence, and you don't trust yourself when it comes to relationships, and you're afraid of getting hurt again. If you feel like that at all, you're in the right place here on this workshop. You're also in the right place if you feel frustrated because you keep attracting emotionally unavailable guys, or guys who are married, or guys who are just plain jerks, and you're wondering what you're doing wrong, or what, worse yet, you might have the idea what might be wrong with you. If that's ever come across your mind, you're in the right place. You're in the right place if you're tired of guys who make plans at the last minute, right? Or guys who vanish and then text you 2 weeks later like nothing happened, right? If you're frustrated with that, if you're if you're ever been tired of that, you're absolutely in the right place. And you're in the right place if you have had success in a lot of areas in your life, except your love life. And it's been a long journey. And maybe you haven't dated in a long time, or maybe you've dated and it just hasn't been the right thing, but you feel like it's been too long and you're finally ready to create the partnership that you desire. If that's you, you're absolutely in the right place on this workshop. And guess what? If you feel frustrated with your love life, with the dating process, with the guys you've been attracting, you are not alone. I've had the privilege of serving literally thousands of women. And I can say that frustration is very, very shared among all the women that come across my path that I've had the privilege of coaching, or that I've had the privilege of walking through different programs and products. And I can tell you that after having done this for 10 years, there is a proven, reliable, and repeatable system that you can use to change your results in love. That's the reality. There is a system that you can use and follow to find love, to have the deep, passionate, connected relationship that you want. Now, I know that might sound too good to be true in some ways, but let me tell you, I can vouch for this system with my own personal experience. So for those of you who haven't had the privilege of working with, or maybe you haven't heard my story, or you wonder, well, how's this guy relationship and dating coach? What are his credentials? Let me just give you a little bit of background. When I was in my early 20s, I was completely frustrated with my love life. I was lonely. I was angry about being single. I don't know if you've ever felt that way. You're just angry about the fact that you're single. And I wasn't having results in my love life that I wanted. And I was watching all my friends get married, and all my friends have kids, and feeling like, wow, I am really behind schedule, because for me, the thing that I wanted most growing up was to find the love of my life. And so I was offered to go to a personal development seminar to try to discover what it was that was holding me back. What were my blind spots? There's a great quote that says, "You can't see the picture when you're the one in the frame." And so oftentimes it takes somebody else or another experience to be able to reflect back to us what our blind spots are. And I went to this particular event, and I won't tell you the entire story. If you watch the video on the page after you registered for this registered for this workshop, I tell you that story. But I was able to see very clearly that I had some pretty big blind spots, and I had some big growing to do in my love life. And I wanted to discover what it was going to take for me to change my results in love, specifically what I was doing wrong and what successful people were doing right. Why were they getting different results than I was getting? So at the end of this particular seminar that I attended, I made a decision for myself that I didn't care how long it was going to take, and I didn't care what it was going to cost. I didn't care how inconvenient it was going to be, but I was going to figure out what creates love for myself primarily, and then I was going to share it with anyone else who wanted to know. And if you want to change your results, you've got to be willing to do something different. You've got to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. If you want new results, you've got to be willing to do something new in your life. And so for me, I ended up putting together a research trip, if you will. And this is what I call the Search for America's Greatest Marriages. My best friend, Jason Miller, did this trip with me. My grandmother, who was 85 years old, she was actually the inspiration behind the type of person I wanted to learn from, were couples who had been married over 40 years, or 40, 50, 60 years. And I wanted to interview these couples to find out what it is that they were doing that made love last. And so we drove 12,000 miles and we spent years interviewing America's greatest marriages. And it was a number one life-changing experience. And it was phenomenal because as I interviewed all these couples, I began to see the common practices that they all practiced that not only attracted love, but sustained that love. And I saw what I was doing wrong. And as I applied that system to my life, everything shifted for me. And very quickly, I ended up meeting the love of my life. And here she is. Her name is Irene Boggs. We've been married 5 years. And you see us on our wedding day here. And then shortly thereafter, our daughter came. Her name is Isabella. And I'm getting to live my dream of being in an amazing, deep, passionate relationship. And so the reason I share this with you is because you too can follow this same system. This isn't unique to one person or another. I've been teaching this system and really researching since then everything I could get my hands on in the field of gender dynamics, what builds connection, what builds attraction, communication, and have been coaching women over the last 10 years and have seen phenomenal results. And so what I'm going to share with you tonight are the entire program is called Manifest Your Man. I'm going to give you the 3 main pillars to the Manifest Your Man system so that you can begin to apply this to your life and you can begin to shift your results. So buckle up your seatbelts, get ready, because here we go. Now, imagine if I could snap my finger right now and drop in the man of your dreams into your life. How would you feel? How would you feel? You might be the person where you're just 100% excited and that's phenomenal and you're ready to go. Or you might be the person who you have some mixed emotions. Part of you is really excited, but there's another part of you that feels scared. Another part of you that feels nervous about that. Another part of you that doesn't know even if that's a part of you that wants that and a part of you that's resistant to that, right? If you've got mixed emotions at all, that's normal. That's very, very healthy. And so what I encourage you to do is to honor both sides. And for the workshop that we're in right now is to connect to the part of you that has that desire for the relationship. That same yes energy is the yes energy that caused you to say yes to this invitation that I sent out and said, hey, would you like to learn these 3 secrets to be able to have this amazing relationship into your life? This will support you and accelerate the process for you. You said yes to that. Connect to that part of you. Connect to the part of you that says yes to the possibility of an amazing love story in your life. Connect to that possibility that says yes, that you know that this is your time. Because if you want, you have the opportunity right now to make this a decision moment for yourself. See, if you want something new, you've got to decide for something new. I remember right where I was when I decided for myself I was going to shift my love life. And I was going to do whatever it took to shift that love life. This is an opportunity for this to be your moment right now, if you choose it to be. So I encourage you to make that decision, that you mark this day, February 16th, 2017, the day that you changed the trajectory of your love life. Because guess what? You deserve to have the love that you want. You absolutely deserve to have it. And it is 100% available to you. I personally believe that the desire you have for love in your life, right? That desire actually wouldn't even be there without the counterpoint of that desire, meaning the man that you want to have in your life, available and open to coming into your life. So in other words, you wouldn't even have the desire for that relationship if that relationship wasn't a real possibility for you. And now it's about connecting to that. We live in a world that operates by the law of polarity. You can't have up without down. You can't have in without out. You can't have hot without cold. You cannot feel that desire for love without having the counterpoint to that desire also available to you. So I have a question for you. How long has your love life been unfulfilling, right? How long has your love life been unfulfilling? I've worked with clients where they say, oh man, my love life's been unfulfilling for 2 years, for 20 years, for my entire life. It's never been fulfilling. How long has your love life been unfulfilling for you? Go ahead and chat that in the chat roll. And, you know, it might be a short period of time. You might be in a great relationship right now. Who knows? Go ahead and chat that in the chat roll. And let me go ahead and Claudia says 9 years. Bren says 5 years. Jennifer says 10 years. Sharon says all my life. Mary Jo says 10 years. Linda says 35 years. Carol says 68 years, right? Over 50 years, 4 years, 20 years. All my life. Oh my God, seems like forever, right? So now let me ask you this. That's how long your love life has been unfulfilling. What has it cost you to not have shifted that result yet? See, what's healthy about looking at the pain, oftentimes what human beings do when we're in a painful circumstance for an extended period of time is we start to numb out to it. We start to turn down our desire for the thing that we say we want for that relationship. We make it okay that we're single. And I'm not saying it's not okay to be okay with being single, but just hear the point of this. We turn down the desire for the relationship, and then we numb out the pain of not having the relationship, which is very normal. That's a coping mechanism for a result over an extended period of time. But the challenge is that doesn't help us shift the result. If we want to shift that result, the first place to do so is to look it square in the face, to acknowledge with love and compassion how long it's been there, and really get to terms with what it's costing you. What is it costing you in terms of the holidays that you don't have someone by your side? What is it costing you in terms of the lonely nights that you're spending without snuggling up next to the person of your dreams? What is it costing you on the Friday nights or the trip you want to take? You want to take that special trip that you've always wanted to take, and you're going to go alone instead of with the person that you imagined yourself going on that trip with. What is it costing you? And the reason I'm bringing this up is not to sort of poke at that pain. The reason I'm bringing this up is because that pain actually can become fuel to help you change your life. That pain is very valuable energy for us that when directed appropriately, when we surround it with love and compassion, it can become the very thing that begins to transform our lives when we use it properly, okay? So let's take a look at the cause of your result. So you have a result that you're not happy with. You have a result that you would love to shift. You have a result that's been there way too long and you're ready to shift it. Actually, hold on for a second. I want you to take a piece of paper right now. We're going to make we're going to declare something together, you and me. And I want you to write on this piece of paper how long you've been single, how long your relationship life has been unfulfilling. Go ahead and write that at the top here. And then I encourage you to write on the sheet of paper a couple of things it's costing you. What is it costing you to have your love life in that state? Go ahead and take a moment right now and write that down. Like I said, it might be costing you loneliness. It might be costing you sadness. It might be costing you companionship. It might be costing you amazing memories that you want to have. Go ahead and write that down. Okay, now hold up your piece of paper and we're going to let this moment be a decision moment for you. a declaration that you are sending to the universe to let the past be past. That was then, and this is now. That this is a new, fresh beginning for you. That the rest of your life has yet to be written. Who's the author? Is you. And so this is a moment, a fresh beginning. And so on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to tear your paper in half. And that is a symbol that you're letting the past be the past and you're claiming a new beginning for yourself right now. So get ready to tear your paper. 1, 2, 3, rip. Yeah, there you go. All right. This is a new beginning for you, a fresh start, because you're deciding it to be so right now. And so letting that be the past, you're ready to create something new. Let's take a look at what causes your results in life. This is what I call the results formula. Now, before I give you the results formula, a couple of warnings. Number 1, don't be fooled by its simplicity. It's often the most simple of models that are the most powerful of models. And number 2, don't get caught in the I know that syndrome. Especially if you've been doing a lot of personal development, or you've been studying for a long time, you've read a lot of books, attended a lot of seminars. The I know that syndrome is what the paradigm uses to shut us down and keep us from trying something again or trying something new. The I know that syndrome says this: oh, I know that. I know that principle. I've heard of that before, or I understand that, I've read that, and you cast it aside and you don't actually do it. Right? It's just like going to the gym. Just because you know about certain exercises, if you don't actually do the exercises, you're not going to get the benefit, right? The only time we really know something in our life is when our life reflects it in our results. If we're seeing the results, then we actually know this, right? We could talk about prosperity principles, for example, but you don't really know prosperity principles until your life reflects prosperity. Same thing about love and relationships, right? Until your life is reflecting that, then you don't know it, you simply know about it. So give yourself permission to have a green mind. In other words, what's green grows, what's ripe rots. Okay, so give yourself permission to have a fresh, open state of being in mind as you look at this and you implement these principles into your life. You're going to get way more value. So the cause of our results is this. Our thoughts cause our feelings. And you know this, right? You know that what you think about gets translated in how you feel. When you think scary thoughts, you feel scared, your heart races, and your adrenaline floods your system, and you feel scared. When you think embarrassed thoughts, blood rushes to your cheeks, and you feel embarrassed, and your cheeks get red. When you think joy-filled thoughts, you feel joy. When you think thoughts about the wins you've had in your life and how capable you are, you feel confident, and your entire, that feeling floods your entire system. Now, feelings are expressed into actions. When you're feeling depressed, your body literally, I want you to right now, imagine someone who's depressed. What do they look like? Usually they're looking down, their shoulders are hunched over, their head's down, and right? That's what they look like when they're depressed. Now imagine someone who's confident. Someone who's confident, you are imagining someone who's walking tall, their shoulders are back, chest is out, they're walking with a bigger stride, maybe they have a smile on their face, right? Someone who's confident. And here's the deal, when you're feeling confident, you make different decisions. You make decisions to go to different places. You make decisions to leave your house and actually interact with people. You make decisions to go on that date, to get online. You make decisions to actually plan an event or plan a social gathering and invite people. You make a decision to expand your network of people that you're connected to. When you're feeling depressed, you make other decisions. You make decisions to stay in and get out the pint of ice cream and to sit on the couch and nurture yourself that way, right? When you're feeling depressed, you make decisions to not talk to the person next to you because you're just not feeling up for it. Well, those actions lead to our results. Your thoughts cause your feelings. Feelings are expressed into our actions, and it's our actions that create our results. This is the law of cause and effect. And the first cause, notice, the first cause is your thoughts. It's what it is that you're thinking. Right? Now, most people don't recognize that their thoughts are actually the first cause of their results. Most people look at their circumstances and they call their circumstances the cause of their results. Their circumstances are the causes. But you see, we're all too smart to actually call them our causes. Most people call them their B causes, right? They look at their circumstances and they say, I can't meet the man of my dreams because I'm too old. I can't meet the man of my dreams because I live in the wrong city. I can't meet the man of my dreams because I'm unworthy, or I can't meet the man of my dreams because all men cheat or all men are liars. We'll look at our circumstances, what's going on around us, and we'll name that the cause. That is not the cause. The first cause of your results, the cause of your results starts with you. The cause of your results, the first cause starts with the thoughts that you're thinking. So the harsh reality here for you and for me is that we are the causes of the results that are happening in our life. But the good news is that you are also, if you're the cause of the results, you are also the cause for your solution. If you're the cause of the result, you're also the solution that you're looking for. And here's the amazing thing. You and I are far more powerful than we even realize. You are far more powerful than you most likely give yourself credit for. And your ability to change your results is, you have far more potential to do that than you can even imagine. We are incredibly powerful. I mean, just for an example, most people are only using 3 to 4% of their brain, right? Our minds are incredibly powerful beyond anything that we can fathom. Our connection to infinite spirit, right? Our connection to the divine. Each one of us is a spiritual being having a human experience. And so as we tap into that infinite connection, as we tap into that power, we begin to see magnificent changes in our results. So let me explain the 3 simple secrets to manifest your man. I'm going to give you what these pillars are, and then I'm going to go into depth into each one. And you'll notice it's a perfect reflection of the results formula. So the first is to generate and cultivate a love abundant mindset. And that love abundant mindset gets expressed and starts to generate what we call a love abundant heart set. This is your vibrational set point. I'll get more into this in a moment. Then you also need to cultivate and learn love abundant skill sets. See, these types of skill sets, ways to generate connection with men, ways to generate attraction with men, and ways to communicate with men. None of us are born knowing these things, right? Most of us try to learn these things by looking at our parents or role models or older brothers and sisters, and we'll do the best we can with the example they're giving us. But very, very few of us have been taught what's highly effective in creating connection, attraction, and great communication in relationships. So that's another skill. And when you package the love abundant mindset, a love abundant heart set, and then the skill sets to make it real, you create love abundant results for yourself, right? So let's dive into a love abundant mindset. What is a love abundant mindset? What does that mean? Okay. Well, love abundance is an idea that the love in your life doesn't come from the outside world. It doesn't come from a man. The love you're experiencing in your life he's not the source of love. The love in your life that you're connected to is connected to an infinite source of love. That's your divine connection. And that as you open yourself to this infinite and are connected to this infinite source of love, you have love overflowing in your life, and you're sharing that love with someone else, just as he is sharing it back with you. And it creates this great interaction of 2 people pouring into each other rather than 2 people trying to get from each other the love that they're seeking. And so a love abundant mindset states this: it's the beliefs that are aligned with having the relationship you want. And here's what I mean. It's a deep knowing that you are worthy of love, a deep knowing for that. And it's true confidence that you will find love. And it's trusting yourself in your decisions. It's these 3 things create a love abundant mindset. So let me ask you a question. What's one limiting belief that you have either about yourself or about men or about love that is standing in between you and having the relationship you want. It's not serving you. Go ahead and chat that in the chat box below or in the comments below. What's one limiting belief you have about yourself or about men or about love that is standing between you and the man that you want? And after you chat it, I want you to go ahead and write it down on your sheet of paper here. Take a note and write it down. Okay. Kristen says there aren't any good men my age left. Oh, that's a great one. Karen said, I had believed God left me out of the book of love. That's a very common one, actually, is that we believe that other people can have love, but we can't have love. Like we're destined for some reason to be single in this life. Another belief is, where did this one go? I'm going to lose myself in a relationship, says Jody. That's really good. Another one, Lola says, I'm too fat for anyone to love me. Absolutely. That's a very common one, very powerful one, that my body's not attractive enough for whatever reason, right? Archana says, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like something is flawed, right? Carol says, I have to be successful first. This is called the power of prerequisites, when we put a prerequisite in front of us before we can actually allow love into our lives. I need to do something. I'm ugly. I feel unable to find mutual attraction, right? These are fantastic limiting beliefs. And you're not alone in these. You know, the women that I work with, maybe you've thought these thoughts. It will never happen for me, or I'm destined to be alone. I'm not enough. And this comes across as I'm unworthy or I'm flawed. I'm flawed in some way, or I'm not good enough. I'm not sexy enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not whatever enough to have the love that I want. There are no good men out there. All the men are either taken, they're married, they're gay, or they're narcissist, or they don't want a relationship. They're emotionally unavailable. There are no good men, right? Maybe you've had that thought run across your mind. Or, you know, all men want is sex, or all men cheat, or all men lie, or all men, you know, don't want a relationship. They just want to play around, or all men want younger women, whatever that belief is. Any of these beliefs, see, here's why this is so important. Any of these beliefs that aren't in harmony with the relationship that you want are standing in your way, blocking you from having the love that you want. Some people say, oh, my expectations are just too high. There's not a guy out there that's going to be able to meet my expectations and be financially secure and spiritual and fit and like I am. Maybe you're an amazing woman. You've got your life dialed in all these areas, and you just feel like your expectations are too high. That's another great limiting belief, because what you believe matters. The beliefs that you have, we talked about your thoughts cause your feelings. The beliefs that you have actually translate into your emotions, and your emotions radiate outward and become lines of attraction. Okay. And as your emotions radiate outward, we know this actually, and there's actually science that can measure this. You have a major dominant vibration. And we all know this. You know that you can feel other people's vibration. We have a word for this. It's like you say, you know, I just didn't really like the vibe of that person. Or me and this other person, we were really vibing, right? Where does that word vibe come from? Well, it comes from vibration, that you're sending out energy all the time. And we can actually measure this now. And a feeling tone of fear calibrates very differently than a feeling tone of confidence or a feeling tone of joy. Okay. And the beliefs that you're in send out these feeling tones, which becomes waves of vibration, and like attracts like. So if you're feeling unworthy, you're going to attract men who match that unworthy vibration and who aren't going to treat you as worthy. If you feel like there are no good men out there, that no men want a relationship, guess what you begin attracting into your life? More and more of men that don't want a relationship. And the way our brain is wired up actually is when we have a belief about something, our brain actually goes out and scans our world to try to find evidence to support that belief. So we actually can become blind to good opportunities in front of us if we have a belief that all men are a certain way or we're not worthy of a great relationship. All we will begin to attract and see are the circumstances are the types of guys that reflect back to us we're not worthy, or reflect back to us that there are no good men out there. When in reality, there are lots of great men out there. And I love this affirmation. If you're looking for a great affirmation to help reinstill some hope and belief in the fact that, yes, there is an amazing man out there, I love the affirmation of, hey, it only takes one, and what if it's easy? It only takes one, and what if it's easy? And as you begin to notice what beliefs are not in alignment with the relationship you want, what beliefs are actually helping attract the circumstances you don't want into your life, the question is, how do you change your beliefs? Well, here's what's exciting about the era that you and I live in. We now know way more about our mind and how it functions than we ever have in the history of mankind, with functional MRIs and all of the research that's going into this. And so here's a quick crash course. Now, when we go into the Manifest Your Man program, we go deep into exactly what beliefs are standing between you and the relationship that you want, and how to shift those beliefs, and what beliefs to install to accelerate you attracting the relationship that you want. So let me give you the cliff notes here. A belief is simply a pattern of neurons. It's a neuronal pathway, right? And what fires together wires together. And what that means is the more that you think a thought, the stronger that belief becomes, the more hardwired that belief becomes. But we now know that you and I have something called neuroplasticity, which means that you can actually unhook beliefs that are not serving you and build and form together beliefs that do serve you. So in other words, you can actually dissolve away the belief that says you're not worthy and never have that feeling again. You can dissolve away the belief that thinks that you're flawed. You can dissolve away the belief that says there's no good men out there. And you can form a belief that says you are worthy of love. You can form a belief that says, yes, your man is out there. And as you form that belief, you send out new lines of attraction. You send out a much different vibration. Not only do you send that vibration out, but you feel different. You feel more confident, you feel more worthy, and you start taking different actions. So now there are 3 factors that can change a belief and that really accelerate the process for how to change a belief, okay? The first is one that you may already recognize, and that's consistency, okay? So consistency through repetition. When you think a thought over and over and over again, those neurons fire together and they start to hardwire together. What fires together, it wires together. So the more you think a thought, the more it's going to wire together. So if you want to start to change your belief, the moment you notice what you're noticing, you notice that you're thinking a particular thought, interrupt that pattern and choose a new thought that you want to think, right? So that's step number 1. And this is the slowest way to begin to change a belief. And but it absolutely works. If you want to accelerate the process, there's 2 things you can add to the mix. The second factor to change a belief is a coach. Now, a coach, meaning someone outside of yourself who is an authority on a particular topic. Because what ends up happening is that when you're telling yourself a particular belief and then you're interrupting it and you're replacing it with a new belief, and that voice starts to become the loudest voice in your head. So instead of having the voice of doubt and discouragement, you start having the voice of confidence and the voice of hope. When you match that voice with another voice, someone outside of yourself that you respect, that you believe in, and that has authority on a particular topic, and you hear them telling you that same message, what happens is it lands in a different part of the brain that's more fertile, and it supercharges that firing together system, and you begin building that belief even faster. And the third thing that you can add to the process to accelerate this is a community of like-minded people who are having the same conversation as you're having of possibility and belief in you and worthiness and the power that lives inside of you. When you're surrounding yourself with a positive conversation, that reinforces those beliefs. The challenge is most people end up going on a bad date, right? And that is evidence again that no men want that. Let's just say all men want younger women, right? Woman in her 50s goes on a date. The guy doesn't want to go out with her, wants to go out with women in their 30s. So she then, what does she proceed to do? She calls up all of her girlfriends. She tells them about the horrible date that just happened. What's happening is she's doing that. She's firing the belief that all men want younger women. And she tells that story to one friend, then she calls another friend, tells that story to another friend. And part of her feels good, kind of venting and getting this out. But the challenge is that she's reinforcing these negative beliefs, right? So then the girlfriend said, oh my God, I had that same experience last week. And then their girlfriend starts venting about all the horrible dates that she's been on, the bad guys she's gone out with. And then that reinforces both of their beliefs, and they start attracting more of those circumstances in their lives. So when you have a coach and when you have a new community that's having a different conversation, it accelerates the whole process for how to change your beliefs. I'll just give you a quick story about this. This is Catherine Ford. She is a client of mine, in which she went through the Manifest Your Man program. And Catherine had a belief that all men wanted younger women because, and she was entitled to that belief, just like you're entitled to your beliefs, because quite frankly, the last few years, ever since she had passed 50, she's 52, she has gone out with guys, and any guy who's great looking, in shape, makes great money in his 50s or even his 40s, they want women in their 30s. And she'd been on a ton of dates and had this exact experience a ton of different times. And so through the Manifest Your Man program, she did a couple of very powerful processes. And we eliminated that belief that all men want younger women. We installed a new belief that helped her begin to attract a different result. And it's amazing how this works, because very shortly after that, she met a guy named David. And she really liked David, man. And David really liked her. And they started vibing and going out. And there's a moment when Catherine called me and we're on a coaching call, and she was describing what happened. She goes, oh my gosh, I have to tell you this. She said, David took me out to lunch and we're sitting there and he asked me the question, Catherine, are you open to dating younger men? And she said, in that moment, I totally got in my head, because I was thinking, oh man, is he going to try to set me up with one of his friends? Does he not want to go out with me because of how old I am? She said she had the thought, but it wasn't nearly as strong as it used to be. And it didn't override her emotional system the same way. And so in her new sense of confidence and worth, she was like, yeah, I'd be open to dating a younger guy. And he goes, oh, good, because, and don't get mad. This is him telling, David's telling Catherine this. He goes, I looked you up online and I found where you went to high school and when you graduated, and I did the math. And I figured out that you're 52 and I'm 48, but I really want to date you and date you exclusively. And Catherine said in that moment, her heart leapt for joy and got so excited because she really, really liked this guy. And she said, yes. And then they continued to date each other. And after a short period of time, David proposed. And this is Catherine and David right there, engaged and enjoying an amazing relationship. So cultivating a love abundant mindset is very, very powerful. Now let's talk about love abundant heart set. So love abundant mindset is the process by which you are sending out lines of attraction and you're creating opportunities for yourself in the form of men that you're meeting, right? Love abundant heart set is your ability to connect to those men. Is your ability to set yourself apart and really show them who you are, so that when you meet the right guy, he can truly know you and connect you on a very, very deep and special level. Because what a closed heart, oftentimes, if you've been burned in the past, or if you're frustrated with your love life, what's very natural for us as humans is we put up the boxing gloves, right? We get defensive. We start guarding ourselves. And that's ultimately having a closed heart. And what a closed heart looks like to a man is that you're guarded, you're closed off, you're less confident. Actually, it comes across hard and less confident. It's less authentic. We don't really get to know the real you. It's less playful. It's less fun. It's less accepting, and it's less trusting. And now there's a reason why those two are in bold and underlined, because look at this. What makes men feel connected to you? I'm going to give you some male psychology at this moment. And just for a moment, I love this guy, right? My team, we found this picture. This guy like, hey, how you doing? What makes me connect to you? What makes you connect to me, huh? I'm going to show you right here. I'm just having fun with you, but I love this guy. Look at this guy, right? And hey, men need to feel trusted. Hey, that's what we need to feel. And I'm just playing, but this is absolutely true. We need to feel trusted as men. It's one of our biological needs. And when we feel connected to you, one of the factors is that when we feel trusted in that relationship. Now, it doesn't mean that you blindly give trust to someone who hasn't earned it. No. He needs to earn your trust. But if you're guarded, you're not able to trust, and he's not able to experience that trust even when he has earned it. Men need to feel accepted for who they are, which is very interesting, right? We need to feel accepted and like we can fully be ourselves around you. And the key to this is that with a love abundant heart set, when you truly accept and love yourself, then your state of being is acceptance. And we subconsciously pick that up from you and we feel accepted by you. Every man wants to feel like he's man enough for you. He wants to feel accepted. And third is men need to feel capable. We need to feel capable of being the man that you want. And when you have a love abundant heart set, when you're loving yourself, when you're accepting yourself, right? Then you're able to communicate with confidence. When you have a love abundant mindset, love abundant heart set, you're able to communicate with confidence what it is that you want in a relationship. And when you're clear about what you want and you communicate that clearly, then we have what I call the blueprint for your happiness. And that blueprint for your happiness, we feel capable now that we know how to be the man that you want. We know what's required to be with you. We know it's almost like you're giving us the pathway to earn a relationship with you. And guess what? We value what we earn. And this is beautiful because all of these things, when we feel trusted, when we feel accepted, when we feel capable in your presence, then we feel special around you. And when a man feels special in your presence, you automatically become special to him. So a love abundant heart set is a state of being. I'm going to give you 3 qualities here and really drill this down. It's receptive. It's not guarded, but instead it's receptive. It's open and welcoming, saying that you are open and receptive and welcoming of an amazing relationship in your life, which takes risk. It takes courage to be this. It's resilient, which means that you're able to bounce back from rejection, which means that if a relationship doesn't work out or you get rejected for some reason, that you don't spend months in the pits of despair or weeks sad and crushed. You're able to be resilient. You're able to bounce back quickly, right? And the last is you're relaxed. You're authentic. You're yourself. You're at peace and you're present, which helps you be more authentic and playful, which is a whole lot more fun for both you and for him. So my encouragement is write these 3 down on your piece of paper: receptive, resilient, and relaxed. And my question for you is this: which of these 3, if you practiced it more, if you up-leveled that in your life, would help you create more of a love abundant heart set? Which one of these really stands out as the one that you could really up-level? Is it receptive? Is it resilient? Is it relaxed? Let me tell you a story about a woman who went through the Manifest Your Man program. Here she is. Her name is Jennifer Goldstein. And really worked on the love abundant heart set. And I love this particular story. Now, Jennifer, single mom of 2 kids, and one of her beliefs was that men didn't want a long-term relationship with her because she had 2 kids and it was way too much responsibility. And so she would go out with guys and it wouldn't work out, go out with guys and it wouldn't work out. And she would spend long periods of time feeling rejected, retreating into her work, saying it's not worth it. And months would go by and then she'd finally get that courage back up. Okay, I'm going to get back out there and date. She'd go out and date and get rejected again, spend months feeling dejected and depressed. And then she would try again. So she went out. So she signed up for Manifest Your Man. And I showed her some very, very powerful practices for how to create a love abundant heart set that would generate a level of resilience. So she wouldn't be so devastated if and when she got rejected. And so she applied the mindset piece, the heart set, and the skill sets, ended up attracting a great guy, and they started going out and started dating. After a few dates, they had their first kiss, and I'll never forget, she's on the phone with me saying, Matt, I've gone on the first great date that I've had in years, and we kissed last night, and I got goosebumps all the way down to my toes, and oh my gosh, like it is awesome. And so she's talking about this, and then they went out a couple more times, and then a few weeks later, I hear back, she gets on the call, and she says, well, Guy and I had a conversation. And I said, what's up? And she goes, well, and here's the conversation that she described. Check this out. This guy calls her and says, Jennifer, you're the woman of my dreams. You've got all the qualities I want. You're the mother that I would love in my life for, your kids. You're the woman of my dreams. You got these amazing quality. You've got, you're funny, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're sexy. And I've met someone that I'm just so physically attracted to that I have to explore this other opportunity. And Jennifer said in the past, she would have just been floored. I mean, imagine being told that, right? All the paradigms, all the beliefs and the doubts about you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, you're too old. This guy wants to go for a younger, prettier woman, and that's why he's not going out with her after he's told her, you're the woman of my dreams, right? Total mixed message. And she said, Matt, it was the most surreal experience. She goes, I was on the phone and I knew that I was going to be okay. And I knew that if it wasn't this guy, it was going to be someone even better. And it wasn't just up here, but I knew it in my body. And so I was able to stay calm and peaceful. And I told him, you know what, if that's what you want to do, I wish you all the best in your love life. I just want you to be happy. And I know I'm going to create something amazing in my love life. And the guy was sort of confused and said, oh, okay. And hung up the phone. And she goes, I was so proud of myself for how I handled that moment. In the past, I would have spent weeks or months devastated and not engaging again. She goes, that night, I went home, I got online because I was so proud of myself. I felt so empowered. I got online, I messaged the hottest guy that I could see online. He messaged me back and we went on a date, and we've gone on several dates. I kissed that guy, and I know this might sound crazy, but it was even better than the kiss before. And it was that whole affirmation is, if it's not this, it's somebody even better. And she goes, and I'm living it, and it feels so good. Well, that gentleman and her have been in a relationship for a very long time. Here they are, totally in love, totally having a great time in life together. And these are her words. She said, this would have never been possible without that degree, excuse me, this would have never been possible without that degree of resilience to be able to maintain state and re-engage in her love life. Now, let's move on to secret number 3, right? Which is a love abundant skill set. So love abundant skill sets are the skills that we need to be able to build attraction, connection, and communication with our significant other, right? So let me ask you this. How many quality men do you meet on average in a week? Go ahead and write that on your sheet of paper, and then go ahead and chat that in the chat box below. How many men do you meet on average in any given week? All right? Let me check this out here. 1, 2, I hear. 0, 0, 0, 0. None, none, none. Barb says 0. Judy says 0. Francis says 0. Connie says 0. Yes, I know. I get it. Most people write 0, maybe 1, 2. But if you want to meet the love of your life, the plain and simple fact is you're going to have to meet more men. That's one of the factors. You're going to have to meet more, not just more men, more high quality men in your life. So take the number that you wrote down on your sheet of paper and take an arrow and draw it up. Okay? Because you need to meet more men. So how do you do that? Well, I'm going to give you a proven strategy right now to meet more men. And this is it. Be the chooser. Oftentimes women have the mentality that they have to wait to be the chosen. They have to wait to be chosen by some guy. They won't reach out to men online. They won't interact with men in real life because they want to be feminine. They have this idea that that's what feminine is, and they want to be chosen. You can absolutely be feminine and be the chooser in your love life. And when you're the chooser in your love life, something magnificent happens. You end up opening up all kinds of possibilities for yourself. And you end up demonstrating a degree of confidence that subtly communicates, it subconsciously communicates to men that you are in high demand, because only people who are in high demand have that degree of confidence. And if he thinks that other men desire you, then his own desire for you increases. Here's what I mean. So here's tip number one, okay? Tip number one, if you want to be the chooser and you want to meet more men in your life, is flirt bigger. Flirt way bigger than you probably have been flirting in the past. If I were to ask many of you, are you good at flirting? Most of you would say, yes, I'm good at flirting. And you flirt way too small for us to actually pick up on the fact that you're flirting with us. Let me grab some water real quick. So you want to flirt bigger so that we know. Most men have a massive fear of rejection. And so we wait for a woman to give us a big green light to be able to approach her. Now, it's important to know this. Only 5% of the men do 95% of the approaching, which means 95% of the men sit back and are too scared to approach a woman or are waiting for a big green light to be able to approach her. So you can actually make the first move as the woman and remain feminine by inviting a man to you. That invitation, that receptive energy is very powerful feminine energy. And so the first thing that you can do is to flirt bigger by using your eyesight and your smile to lock eyes with him and give him a big green light. Now, let me demonstrate this for you. Let's say you're at the coffee shop with a friend, and you're there and you're having your coffee and you're having a great time and laughing. Ha ha, you're so funny, you're so funny. You're laughing and you're talking. And then you see a guy come in and you see him and you're like, oh my gosh, he is cute. He is really cute. You know what? I'm going to flirt with him. So let's say you're the guy right now and I'm going to demonstrate women how you typically flirt, okay? This is how it goes. You go like this. You flirt and you're like, I just flirted with him. I totally just flirted with him. Is he looking? Right? Now, here's what's funny. You do that. Yeah, you looked at us, but you could be just looking around the room, right? We don't know you want us to come talk to you. That's a very different level of flirting to say, come talk to me versus just you caught eye contact. Because every guy has done the long walk of shame because he approached a woman who was just looking around the room, and then he gets rejected and has to walk back across the room with his friends laughing at him, right? So we're waiting for a big green light. So what you want to do is you want to look back, or excuse me, look at him, look away, and look back and hold eye contact, and then give him a really sexy, playful, little fun smile, and then look back, okay? And so I'm going to try to demonstrate this the best that I can without being too goofy here. But so you're having your friend, you're saying, oh, I'm going to flirt with him. And so you kind of look and you catch his eye and you look back and then you look. And you look down. That is obvious. That is, oh, whoa, you're looking like she's looking at me and she's smiling. Wow. And let me just say, that's going to be the highlight of any guy's day, is you flirting with him and you looking at him. I don't care if he's attracted or not. That's going to be the highlight of his day, and you're going to crank up the number of men who come talk to you when you start doing this. So be brave, flirt bigger. Look at this woman's eyes and look at her mouth, right? Look at that. She's giving him the look like, woo, come talk to me. And we love that as men. Now, secret number 2 is that you can actually approach men and break the ice. Now, and you might be saying, now, Matt, I want to be the feminine. I don't want to be the masculine. I want a man to lead. He should be approaching me. Yes, I get it. And you can still be the feminine and approach a man and still let him pursue you. And here's how you do it, right? Secret number 2 is you approach him. Let me describe how to activate masculine attraction, because the more you're in your feminine, the more you actually activate masculine attraction. Men have a deep desire to have their thoughts and opinions respected. This goes way back hundreds of thousands of years. This is hard coded in our DNA. When we were hunting and gathering, whether we went east or west to catch the food often meant life or death. So our thoughts and our opinions are linked to our sense of worth. So when we feel like our thoughts and opinions have value, then we feel like we have value. Second is that men want to provide for you. Again, our sense of worth and value comes from our ability to provide for you. Now, my wife came in when I was putting this PowerPoint together, and she was like, "Why is that arrow pointing to his crotch?" I said, "What?" I said, "Babe, that arrow is not pointing to his crotch. That arrow is pointing to his hands." Okay, so it's not to his crotch, his hands, because he wants to provide to you, right? Now, and every man's greatest fear is inadequacy. Every man wants to feel valued. He wants to feel like he's able and being capable of your man, which means his fear is inadequacy, not measuring up. Okay. So you can use what you know. This is just skimming the surface of a man's attraction triggers right here. But I wanted to give you these because these ones are powerful. So here's a way that you can approach a man and activate his masculine attraction triggers. Ask for a favor and then ask for his opinion. You can go up to a man anywhere in life, ask for a favor and then his opinion, and you will start to activate his attraction triggers. Because asking for a favor activates his desire to be seen as capable and a masculine provider. When you say, "Hey, can I ask you for a favor?" You watch, any guy will go, "Absolutely. Yeah, how can I help you?" Right? Asking for his opinion triggers his desire to have his thoughts respected and to feel trusted. Right? So I'll just give you a few examples that you can use right now in your love life. You're at a department store and you go up to a guy and you say, "Hey, can I ask you for a quick favor? I'd love your opinion on something." And he'll say, "Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What can I do for you?" And you say, "Hey, I'm buying a gift for my brother. You've got great style. Which shirt do you like better?" And you hold up a couple of shirts. And see, the goal with this is simply to break the ice. That's all men need. All men need is one excuse to talk to you with a big green light, and they will do the rest. They will pick it up. Give you another example. Starbucks. This is fun. If you're more of the playful kind of person, then use this one. It'll work for you. You can say, "Excuse me, I could really use your help with something. I'm having a bit of a crisis." And you say that with a little playful look on your face. And then he's like kind of confused. He's like, "Yeah, what's going on?" You're like, "Should I get the banana nut muffin or the oatmeal raisin muffin?" And you smile, and and if he's playful, it's a great thing to kind of test. Is he playful? Because that is a big decision. That is a big decision. Maybe go with the blueberry muffin, right? If he's playful, he will totally bite on that. And it's a great way to open him up, open the conversation, and let him provide something for you and trigger his attraction where he wants his thoughts respected, right? Standing in line anywhere, you can say, "Hey, can I ask you for a quick favor?" "Yeah, absolutely. What can I do?" "Hey, can you just hold my place in line real quick while I go grab something?" And then he'll say, "Sure." You zip off, grab anything, come back and say, "Hey, thanks so much. So how's your day going anyway?" He's like, "Oh, no, my day's great. And how are you?" And he will pick up the ball and run with it. That's all we need. All we need is you to give us a big green light. Give us a reason to talk to you. And you will have way more men and way more high quality men in your life. Now, I know we just went through 3 examples, but when we go through the Manifest Your Man program, we go into tons of examples for how to open conversations with men, exactly what to say in different circumstances. So no matter where you are, you're covered. This is Martina Lubiva, right? She, from Europe, went through the Manifest Your Man program. This is a great example, a moment of inspiration, because she was always one who sat back and wait for guys to choose her. Online, would just wait for guys to email her and then would respond to them, or wait for guys to go up to her and ask her out. And so she went through the Manifest Your Man program, learned these tools, mindset, heart set, skill set, and said, "I'm going to be the chooser." And so she used these different skills for how to connect to guys. She ended up emailing a guy named Stanisla, and He responded back and was super impressed with her, right? She invited him into her life and he picked up the ball and ran with it, and they connected and had fun and started dating and started going out with one another and created this great relationship. And just look at these two guys right here. Look at Martina and Stanisla, and look at Martina. She is so into him in this picture. I just love it. And then Stanisla proposed to Martina. And here's a picture of the night that he proposed. And then here is a picture of them on their wedding day. And they are happily married to this day because Martina decided to become the chooser. And Martina decided to get out of her comfort zone to meet an amazing high quality man and to ignite that connection. And that same possibility exists for you. But it will require that you do something new. It will require that you get outside of your comfort zone. So let's review what we've talked about here. Secret number one is cultivating a love abundant mindset that you become a magnet to the type of guys that you want. Secret number two is creating a love abundant heart set so that you can connect with him on a very deep level and be able to trigger his connection triggers, if you will, to be able to establish that relationship, and you to be resilient, and you to be receptive, and you to be relaxed so you can be your best self. And secret number three is love abundant skill sets, specifically in the areas of communication, attraction, and connection with men. And that leads you to love abundant results. When you master these three areas or just improve your skills in these three areas, you dramatically increase your results in your love life. Now, as I said and promised you in the very beginning of this workshop, I have a gift for you that you are going to love. And I'm going to give you this gift in just a moment. But first, I also promise that there are going to be those of you, you might be the person where you're listening to this and this really resonates with you. That you know the things that I'm saying are true, and that you know that if you mastered these, if you really took these deep into your life, it would change your love life. And you want to take this deeper. You've actually been looking for support, or you're ready and open for support in your life. And so for you, I've created the Manifest Your Man program, and I believe you're going to absolutely love this program. So I'll take a few minutes. I'll explain how the program works and how to get the program, and then I'll give every one of you that gift. So the Manifest Your Man program, here's how it works. First, I have to let you know there's only room for 25 women in this program so that I have the time to be able to invest in you and know your story and help you discover hidden blocks that you have and really wrap my arms around you as we journey together through this program. So it's limited space. Only the first 25 women enroll, and then we close the doors and it's full up, okay? And the second thing that I want you to know is that your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed in this program. Now, which is a pretty bold claim to make on a program called Manifest Your Man. So let me explain how the guarantee works in just a moment. You're going to love it. So here's how the program works. It's a 4-month program with me as your coach to help you master a love abundant mindset, a love abundant heart set, and a love abundant skill set. Okay, so that you can manifest the man of your dreams. And here's the key: faster and easier than you could do it on your own, than you ever really imagined possible. Okay, every week for the next 16 weeks, for the 4 months, I will be right by your side as you receive a weekly online master class inside a private members area. This is a video class that I've recorded specifically for you to help you master the 3 main pillars of Manifest Your Man. You're going to receive powerful principles that work and easy, fun life integration principles for you to have that mindset, heart set, and skill set. This is what it looks like inside the members area, right? Every week you'll get a lesson, and you'll also, the lessons, I've also ripped the audio for those lessons so you can put them in your phone or listen to them on the go in the car or in the gym. And there's an action guide to help you integrate this into your life as well. So you get those master classes sent to you every single week. And then 3 times a month, you and I will get on a group coaching call. It's a live Q&A coaching call where these are 60 minutes. It's you and the other women in the Manifest Your Man program. So you're going to have an amazing community of women around you. The conversation around you is going to be empowering. It's going to be inspiring. It's going to be very different than other conversations that are happening in your life. You can ask me any question that you want. You'll be able to discover blind spots that you have. and get answers for what to say and what to do when dating so that you can move forward quickly. So you get 3 live calls a month. And you're going to join me, someone who cares about you and cares about the relationship that you want, for your weekly masterclass, for your Q&A sessions, so that you can have the support, the encouragement, and the guidance, and the accountability to help get you outside your comfort zone so you can finally attract that amazing relationship that you want. You're going to learn proven principles for how to identify and eliminate hidden blocks that are preventing you from attracting love, and a powerful process for increasing your self-worth. You're also going to feel more joy as you effectively release any past relationships that might be holding you back with ease and grace. And you're going to learn how to stop attracting emotionally unavailable men or vanishers and instead attract men who want a deeply satisfying partnership with you. You're going to learn where and how to meet those emotionally available men, and you're going to feel powerful and have a sense of freedom with your increased confidence, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way in the dating process. You're going to learn a proven strategy that works like X-ray vision into his heart to quickly know if he wants a relationship so you can choose the right guy and decline the wrong guy, okay? And you'll know what he's thinking and what he wants so you don't have to figure it out alone or spend hours mulling it over with your girlfriends, which gives you a whole new level of peace of mind in your life. You're going to learn new, highly effective communication tools. And this is the communication that we talked about for how to get your needs met in a way that doesn't push him away, but actually makes him feel connection with you. How to flirt in a way that drives him wild, and how to gracefully handle disagreements and understandings without the drama. You're going to learn simple and proven strategies for online dating to make it more fun rather than feeling like a chore like it may have felt in the past, so you can meet your man fast and more. It would take me 2 hours to explain everything that you get in this program. But we'll leave it at that because you're going to learn everything you need. Just trust me that I put everything that you need in this program to attract the relationship that you want in your life. So when does the Manifest Your Man program begin? Well, I'm opening up a class at the first Sunday of this next month, right? The program begins Sunday, March 5th. So it's coming up here in just a couple of weeks. Sunday, March 5th is when the program begins. You'll have weekly group coaching calls. They will be Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and you'll receive a private call-in number and a PIN code to get on that group Q&A call. We will have 3 of those group Q&A calls per month. So you want to take action because, again, there's only room for 25 women in the program. And again, we have had thousands of people sign up for this webinar. And I wish I had room for every single one of you, but I have room for 25. And so if this is of interest at all, make sure that you get registered right away so that you can secure your spot, because once those 25 spots are taken, then we close the doors. Now, you are going to love this because I'm giving you 3 Manifest Your Man exclusive bonuses that go along with the program. Bonus number 1 is emergency email access to me. For the entire 4 months of the program, you have emergency email access to be able to ask me any question that you want. So you receive answers and coaching when you need them most with emergency email access for the entire 16 weeks. Just to give you an example, we just passed Valentine's Day just a couple days ago. So one of my clients is dating this guy. They've been dating for a couple months, and he's now giving her some mixed signals. And in the form of, he gave her a gift, and she felt like it wasn't a romantic gift. It was more of a friendship, platonic gift. And the way that he's been talking, he doesn't introduce her as his girlfriend at a party that they recently went to, or other places he will. And so she's emailing me saying, hey, what can I'm starting to feel nervous that he doesn't, that he may be pulling away, and that he may not want to be in this relationship anymore. What can I say? Well, how can I handle the scenario? I'm starting to freak out. And so she emailed me that. The night it was happening, I was able to email her back and give her an answer. And she wrote me back and saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This helps me so much. Just feel more calm, feel more grounded. And you gave me exactly the conversation I can have with him that creates an open, honest conversation where he can really share what he wants in the relationship with her, right? So you will have access to that email access as well. Secret or bonus number 2, and you're going to love this, is a private Facebook community. So you and the other women in the program have your own Facebook community where you're able to share insights you're having, share date stories that you're having, be supported and encouraged by the other women in the group. You support and encourage them. It is a thriving community and it is awesome. You're going to actually, let me just say, I wouldn't be surprised if you meet some of your next best friends in this group. We've had women become friends, fly out to go meet each other and hang out in Seattle and Dallas. It's great. So this is where you get 24/7 support from everyone in the group. I'm in the Facebook group as well. It's a new conversation. You're feeling encouraged. You're connecting with a new community of women. And this alone is valued at $500 for the program. And number 3 is you have Big Love Interview Series. I feel blessed to be colleagues and friends with some of the best love and relationship and dating experts on the planet. And so I've interviewed these individuals, and you're receiving this groundbreaking interview series that is a $349 value on topics like flirting and communication and male psychology, feminine energy, sex, and more. You're going to love this interview series. That's yours free as a bonus for the program. Now, let's talk about the investment. And when you consider the investment for this coaching program, it's important that you hold it in proper perspective, right? And you want to compare it to other options that you have available to you. So one option you have is, you know what? Let me do a matchmaking service. Let me just put someone in front of me, do a matchmaking service. And what you can absolutely do, and good matchmaking services go anywhere between $5,000 and $7,000 for a quality matchmaking service. And that option is available to you. You could also do one-on-one coaching if you want that option with a whole number of dating coaches. And I'm friends with all of them. And one-on-one coaching, again, starts at about $7,000 and goes up if you want that option to really help you move forward and create some breakthroughs. Or you can keep doing what you're doing and go at it alone. And although there's no financial investment for that, it doesn't mean it's without a cost. Because what you've been doing up until now has gotten you to where you are. It's gotten you a certain level of result. And so as we looked at the cost, what is that costing you? And the question is, how long are you willing to wait before you decide to make a major shift in your life, to do a big, bold step? Because if we want big, bold new results, we've got to take a big, bold step. How long are you willing to wait before making that step, and how much are you going to have to endure before taking the step that you want? I had gotten to a place where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, right? And I was finally ready, and I took a big, bold step for myself, and that's what changed everything. So let me just ask you this. If you're interested in this program, based on what I've described, I want you to take out your sheet of paper, and would you love to do this program? And just write yes or no. Because what you want to do is you want to make a decision for yourself prior to knowing any of the investment. Because things that we really want to do in our lives, we will find a way to do them, or we'll attract a way to do it, right? But it's important that you give yourself permission to know, to make that decision for yourself right now. So I encourage you to write down on your sheet of paper, would you love to do this program? If we waved a magic wand, would you love to do this program? Write down yes or no, and then circle your answer, right? So you know you're making a declaration to the universe what it is that you want in your life. And it's a yes is fine and a no is fine. This is your decision, right? It's whatever would serve you. Now, the Manifest Your Man program investment, only 25 women are able to enroll in this program, and the investment is only $2,997, which I feel very proud of being able to offer this program to you at that value. 4 months of live coaching, unlimited email support, that thriving Facebook group, and 16 master classes that deliver to you all of the tools and requirements for generating a love abundant mindset so you can increase your levels of worthiness, a love abundant heart set so you can attract that man that you want, and love abundant skill sets so you can create the attraction and connection and communication skills to really take that relationship and make it long lasting. $2,997, right? So I've had women say it's worth every penny of that and 10 times that investment. Because that's what you want to, that's what you want to ask yourself is investing in the relationship, is having the relationship in my life worth $2,900, $2,997, right? I said that wrong. $2,997. Is having your relationship worth that amount to you? Because at the end of the day, we invest in things that are our priorities in life. And if we want it bad enough, we'll find a way to make it happen. And if you want to do this program, then I want to reach out to you, because the women who have the most success in this program are the women who do two things. Number one, they make decisions quickly and they act on those decisions quickly. So to support you in doing that, I have added a fast action discount to this program. And so if you sign up right now, and again, are one of the first 25 to sign up, I'm going to discount the investment and take $1,000 off the program investment. So the entire investment is only $1,997. It's not $3,000. It's just $1,997 as a way to reach out for you to take the first step towards you so that you can take a step in the direction of the relationship that you want and say yes to yourself and that relationship with this program. And we have payment plans available. So if you want to take that amount and stretch it out over 4 months, you can do that. So how do you sign up? We're going to put a link up. Let me go ahead and add the link here. There we go. Right next to the screen on the side, you'll see a link that says, yes, I'm ready, the Manifest Your Man program, with a button there that you can click, and it will take you to the checkout page that summarizes everything that I've described, and you can get signed up right there. You can get enrolled right there, and as soon as you sign up, you are in the program, and we will send you your first class at the first Sunday of this upcoming month, and you will be good to go. Now, my encouragement is get signed up. If this is interesting to you, if you would love to do this, sign up, take action, don't wait, because we only have 25 spots. And then once the spots are filled, the doors are closed. So make sure that you sign up. Okay, so go ahead and click that link right now and sign up. And while you're doing that, I want to just give you a quick video. This is a short 5-minute video of women who have gone through the Manifest Your Man program, created great results for themselves, and it's what they have to say. So I'm going to play this short video, and then I'm going to be right back. I'm going to explain the guarantee and give you your gift for hanging out with me for this entire program. So hang tight, and I'll be right back. All right. I just love, love, love those women and their stories. And there were a ton of different interviews we did. And of course, we had to boil it down. So I hope that that was inspirational to you. I hope that inspired you. Because oftentimes it's great to hear from people who actually gone through the program. So I told you I would tell you about the 100% satisfaction guaranteed for 1 year. What this means is go through the program, and after going through the entire program and applying the principles I teach you, I guarantee that you're going to be 100% satisfied with what you learn and your newfound ability to manifest your man. And if you're not satisfied, go ahead and email my team and we will issue you a refund, no hassles. And so the reason I put this on here is because I want to give you permission to say yes to yourself and take the risk out of it. And oftentimes what ends up happening is that women, before the program is done, they're either have manifested their man or they're dating somebody that they're very excited about, or they know they are well on their way to manifesting their man. They've created a ton of momentum for themselves and their love life. So you are going to absolutely be thrilled with this program. I guarantee it, right? So as promised, I have a gift for you. I appreciate you being with me on this webinar. I value you. I honor you. And so I wanted to create a gift for you just for showing up. And so this is a special self-love activation kit that I've created for you. So if you click the link on the side of this page here on this webinar, and you go to the checkout page, scroll to the very bottom, and you'll see this button to download your self-love activation kit. So let me say that again. Click the Manifest Your Man order page, go over to that order page, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see this self-love activation kit button. When you click that button, it will take you to a special private download page where I have created a affirmation and self-worth guidebook for you, and it goes along with a 12-minute guided audio meditation that I've personally recorded for you to help you increase your self-love and increase your confidence. It's short, it's 12 minutes, it's easy to do, and this guidebook will help augment that meditation. So this will help you increase your self-worth and your confidence. Go ahead and download this. This is a gift from me to you, a way of saying that I believe in you, I encourage you, and I know that when it comes to your love life, the best is yet to come. So let me do this. This is a moment where if you have to go, I want to say thank you so much for being with me. I hope that I get to see you in the Manifest Your Man program and walk with you on that journey together. If you choose not to do that, I honor that as well and have really enjoyed our time together. And if you can stay, I'm going to answer some common questions about the Manifest Your Man program. So I promised us 90 minutes. We are right at the 90-minute mark. So if you need to go, I wish you a fantastic rest of your day. And if you have an opportunity to stay and you're interested in the Manifest Your Man program, I'm going to answer some of these common questions that often come up. So the first question that I get from women who are successful and you got a lot going on in your life is you're saying, hey, I'm busy. I got a lot going on. How much time will this take? And the answer to this, let me go back real quick here. How much time will this take? The master class is anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour a week. We make it very easy for you to be able to watch that class or download the audio and listen to it when you're in the gym or you're on the go. And then 3 weeks a month, you're going to have a 1-hour coaching call. Okay. So you want to be willing to invest about an hour to 2 hours a week. Okay. 2 hours a week in your love life for something that matters to you. And you want to prioritize that, because as you prioritize that, you're sending a signal to the universe that that matters to you. You're making room in your life for what matters to you. And oftentimes a great way to think about it is, how much time would you devote to your man if you snapped your fingers and he was in your life right now? How much time would you actually give him? Probably more than 2 hours a week, right? So this is an example of someone who's super busy, super successful. This is Donna Melger, and she says, after 10 years of unsuccessful dating and only meeting unavailable men, I was convinced I needed help, right? But her big objection was she didn't have the time to invest prior to this, but she made a decision that she was going to prioritize love. And then she writes and says, after joining the Manifest Your Man coaching program, I learned so much about myself, the things I was doing wrong, and what I needed to shift so that I could really open my heart up to love. Within 4 months of the program, I found love, and I'm in a committed relationship that continues to grow. And this is Donna and Aaron. She goes, this program is worth every penny if you're willing to put in the work. Matt's commitment and guidance is exactly what I needed. Thank you, Matt. And Donna is awesome. So another common question is, what makes this program different from other programs out there? And I love this question because I've done a lot of research, gone through everything out there. And oftentimes other things out there, you have programs that focus primarily on the inner work, the mindset and the heart set, but they leave out the skill sets, right? What do you actually say when you're going to meet someone new? What do you say when there's a miscommunication or your needs aren't being met? And so that you actually you create stronger connection and not repel the guy away. What do you actually say on your profile to ignite attraction in a man? And they leave out the skill sets. Or programs are focused only on the skill set, but they do nothing on the inner work at all. And so what I love about this program is it's a beautiful blend of both, where you get all the mental, the emotional, and the skill sets that you need to succeed in love. This is Linda Keating. And Linda took the program, didn't have the skill sets or the inner work before doing this program. And she said, I've been divorced since 1999. And had been online dating for over 4 years with limited success when I found Matt. I thought to myself, if doing the same thing over and over again is the definition of insanity, then I really need to do something different. Hesitantly, I used the money that I had been saving for a new car to invest in the Manifest Your Man program. And I'm so glad that I did, because before the end of the program, I had manifested my man. She says, this is the best relationship I've been in my entire life. And the best part is, this program not only impacted my love life, it's impacted my entire life. As a result of my increased self-esteem and my confidence, my business and income has skyrocketed, and I was able to buy the new car I wanted after all. The difference is now I have an amazing man riding next to me. I love this. Imagine that story. She used the money. Imagine the paradigm she had, right? The money saying, don't invest that money in this program. It's meant for a new car. And she said, you know what? I would rather have a relationship. So she invested the money in the program, not only did such great work on her own level of self-esteem and self-confidence, her own income skyrocketed. She bought the new car, and now she's got her man riding right next to her, cozying up. And this is Linda and Jim. She goes, I'm so grateful that I said yes to this program and invested in myself and my love life. Another common question is, what if I miss a call? I actually saw that in the chat while we were playing the video. If you miss a call, let me go back. Everything is archived, okay? Everything is posted so you can listen to it later. And this is Annette Einarsson. She's from Sweden, and she signed up for the program. And she knew that she couldn't be on any of the calls because the timing wouldn't work out for when the call was happening and when what was going on for her in Sweden. And so she wrote me as she signed up for the program, and then she wrote me before the program started, and she says, hey, Matt, very exciting to be in your program. Can't wait until it starts. I am one of those who will most likely I'm one of those who will most of the time listen afterwards on the calls because of the time difference. So what she did, and this is what I encourage you to do if you're in another country or you can't be on live, create a 1 hour a week that is your sacred Manifest Your Man time, and block everything out, shut the door, turn off the phone, and download the call, because they're all downloadable, and listen to it as if you're listening to it live. That's your sacred Manifest Your Man time with you and your future man that's coming into your life. You're doing it for that reason. And that's exactly what Annette did. And she focused on that, and she did the work, and she was diligent, and she manifested her man before the end of the program. And she wrote me back to say, oh my gosh, thank you so much. This is great. And she never even attended one call live, but she watched all the master classes, and she listened to these live, or listened to the calls as they were recorded. So this is my final message for you. You are worth it. You're absolutely worthy of an amazing relationship in your life. And that relationship is out there. It's seeking you right now. So this is your moment. Go ahead and click the link next to this screen in the sidebar in the chat. Get yourself signed up for the Manifest Your Man program. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to supporting you, encouraging you, coaching you, and walking side by side with you as you manifest the man of your dreams. Go ahead and click that link, get signed up. There's only 25 spots. Once those are full, then the doors will be closed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video one more time. I often get requests to say, hey, let me see that again. So while you're signing up, I'm going to play the What Women Have to Say video one more time. Then we will come back and sign off. Well, there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this special program of 3 secrets for manifesting the man of your dreams. We've covered a lot of ground tonight. I just want to say thanks again for being with me, and I'm wishing you all the best in your love life. Feel a big hug come from me to you, and I look forward to connecting with you again very soon. Have a great time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.